Fantastic! Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my OpenTTD Let's Play series. Here we are, looking at Tedham and thinking how on earth we're going to get this main line to go round. I've had a few suggestions from you guys in the comments. One way they said was to do a land bridge, but I don't have enough money, which is very true indeed. If I wanted to do a land bridge, we're talking a lot of money, roughly 100 million, which I haven't really got right now. Also, there's some industries in the way. This fishing harbour is pretty much straight in the way of one of the lines, even if I could bash my way through the city. There's also down here a petrol station, so not really the best. The other way of doing it would be to do a transfer. We could put boats in and go transfer backwards and forwards. That might actually be a viable option, but the one that most people are saying is do a junction and go around. It could be that we end up leaving that main line as just a Tedham terminus, that it just stops there and we work on other areas. At the moment, we're looking at the different things that happen in Fonfling Way. The trains going in and out of it do seem to be making some money, which is really good. There we are, 47,000 this year. We need to then sort out the whole money situation, because whilst we are making a profit, and you can see here in the operating profit graph, we have been zigzagging around the same sort of mark for a while. But we've got problems. We've got lots of problems. For a start, all these trams here, right, they're fine. Most of them are fine. Don't worry about that. What the main problem is, the ships, they're alright as well. Okay, not losing much, not making much. It's the trains. The trains are the real issue here. If we have a look at the trains and we sort by profit last year, and we can see that this particular train here was minus £114,000. That's just not on. So let's have a look at train 38 and see why this train decided to make such a terrible amount of money. Well, first, for a start, it's broken down. That's never very good. Its reliability is 82%. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. And its maximum speed's not too bad as well. The reason why it's not making any money is likely because of where it's going. It's going between Ladenhatton and Cartbon. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So zoom out a little bit. Ladenhatton's down here somewhere. No, down a bit more. There we are. There's Ladenhatton. Now it's going between Ladenhatton and Cartbon, if I remember correctly, is over here. No, not that far. I thought it was over here. There it is. There's Cartbon. Now, Cartbon does have a lot of passengers. Most of them do want to go. Some of them, well, most of them do want to go to Fubon. So it makes me wonder why we're having this problem. The likelihood is that we've got too many trains doing the same journey. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at this. We've got a load of trains here, and sometimes they seem to be cashing in, sometimes not. The money last year on this one was terrible, the money last year on this one was terrible, and I bet they're all going the same place. Ladenhatton Cartbon, Ladenhatton Cartbon, Ladenhatton Cartbon, yes. Yes, they are all doing pretty terrible. But before we go and fix this, let's double check something else. Let's see if we cannot replace the trains, because the trains might be able to be better than what they are now. So, let's just clear that for now and have a look at the replace vehicles list. A while back we moved from the AL6 up to the Class 91, so let's just clear that off by clicking stop replacing. The Class 91 was a pretty good choice, and let's see, it probably still is. The speed is good and the running cost is good. Oh no, hang on a minute, the reliability is good, but the running costs are terrible actually, come to think of it. Let's sort these by running costs. No, wait, we'll sort them by reliability, because we still want reliable vehicles. That is one of the most important things to us. Now if we look here, this particular vehicle looks like it one what we could use. Its maximum reliability is 100%, which is brilliant. The running cost is a 46 is £40,000 less than the one that we're using now. However, the speed is 65 mile an hour. Not good, not good at all. This diesel here, at 99% reliability, 90 mile an hour, and yet a nice cheap 80,000 a year. Ooh, we've got an option for a diesel. Speed is good. We don't know what the reliability is going to be like. We'll say no for now. So changing some of our trains to these super sprinters might be a good idea, especially the ones that don't have to go over a long distance. If they don't have to go over a long distance, that 90 mile an hour might not matter so much. 95 mile an hour, 125 mile an hour. This one is probably one of the best trains that we've got at the moment. Unfortunately, the running cost is phenomenal. Even compared to what we've got now, it's even more. Yeah, it's slower as well. This electric train here does 100 mile an hour. Its reliability is not so good though, but the running costs again cheaper. I think it might be the fact that our running costs need to change. And the reliability is dropping off pretty badly now. That's 45%, 44, 42. It's not really the best thing. These are all, we've got diesel and electrics in the mix here. We can't do monorail yet. It's too early in the game for that. It's only 2001. Can't remember when monorail comes out off the top of my head. So we either get a much more expensive train, which can go faster and is more reliable, or we go for a cheaper train, which is less speed. I think the Class 91 might actually be a good balance for us at this time. So we're going to keep it. So with our cart-borne situation, we've looked at the amount of passengers. You see there's not many passengers there for all these trains. What's this train doing? Foodborne, cart-borne. Laddinghatton. There's another Laddinghatton one there. And this one here, that one's Laddinghatton as well. Are we able to put some sort of destination thing in this? I don't think we can display that. That's a shame. So we just got way too many. Simple answer. So we're going to send that one to the depot, that one to the depot, and this one to the depot. These trains are the more expensive ones because they, what, you can't find depot? Unable to get a route to the depot? That's ridiculous. Now go to a depot. Brilliant. So we're going to get rid of those three. There's just really just way too many trains there. Okay, so we sell that one and we get 83,000 back. We're going to sell this one if I can. Oh my goodness, where is it? It's well and truly buried in. Oh, they're both in the same depot. So how much are we going to get for these? 84,000 and 84,000. Not a surprise, really. Well, we've reduced that route by 3 trains. I think it was oversaturated. Now, to look at the saturation, we can actually use our graphs and stuff. So let's have a look at that. So if we go to the map, world map icon and click and hold down, we can go to cargo flow legend, and this brings up our cargo distribution stuff. So let's turn it on, and let's turn it on just for passengers. Okay. Now, white is unused, so it means we've got too much service, and red means we've not got enough service. So these light greens here, the light greens between Cartbourne and Laddinghatton, are now a little bit unused. We need more. There's a lot of service between Laddinghatton and Farborn, which is not actually being used by the looks of it. So let's just bring up that. We've got a lot of passengers that want to go to Foodborne and Cartborne, but you can see that none of the passengers here want to go to Laddinghatton, and that is just completely unused. Let's see, Laddinghatton. Let's have a look at all the trains that are going there. I bet is there a few Laddinghatton trains? We've got Barry, Larry, and Harry. Barry is a Farborn to Cartborne. Larry is a Farborn to Tedham, and Harry Farborn to Laddinghatton. So that's fine. Are these ones Laddinghatton as well? No, that's a Tedham one. And this one This one is... Well, that one's a... Hang on a minute. That one's a Tedham. Are they both Tedhams? Let's have a look. Yes, they are. Okay. How very strange. It's just... We've got one train going down that route and it's still showing white, which is not great. Let's get that legend up again so we can have a look. The cargo flow legend. Brilliant. So we can see within the city here, the trams, there's a little bit of white. That's not good. White is bad. White means you're spending money on trains that you don't need to. Dark green is perfect. These light greens here means that we've probably got too many trains, but we have just got rid of some, so we'll see how that goes. Let's go over to the Laddinghatton area and allow it to update, and you can see that we've got some light green here and some slightly darker there. The light green between Laddinghatton and Tedham looks like we've got, oh my goodness, look at the amount of passengers waiting at Tedham. Absolutely loads, but most of them are to Fubourne. Well, Fubourne, that's that place just up here. I would say that service is therefore overloaded. And the only problem is Fubourne to Tedham, not good. Not good at all. I think in that case we need some extra passengers, extra passenger service. So I'm going to clone this train, just because it's a passenger train with the engine on it, and take away all the stuff. I didn't hold control, so it hasn't got shared orders. And we're going to go from Tedham to... Where's Fubourne gone? There's Fubourne. There we go. And we're going to have two of them, so I'm just going to hold control and press the clone button so that they've got shared orders and get them on the way. That should help alleviate some of the pressure at Tedham. Let's have a look at coal. Let's turn that off. Coal. Right. That is dark green, which is good. That is dark green, which is good. And that one's white, by the looks of it. Oh no, that one's dark green as well. The services are not overloaded. They're not saturated. They're not unused. Now there are white ones going from Demping Hill back to the mines, but that's okay. That's all right. We don't need to worry about that. So coal's looking good. Are we doing any mail? We're not really doing any mail. We could probably use our... Oh, hang on. Kevin's getting old. Kevin's getting old. Oh, I'm sure he'll get replaced sometime soon automatically. We do have that option on. And it's something that I get asked very often, is that people say, oh, how can I auto-replace my old trains, or is there a way I can do that, because now I've got loads of old trains and I can't go around and change 1,000 trains. If you come into the settings here and put a filtering string of auto, sometimes you can find what you're looking for. It should filter it down, as long as you've got the category expert. I always do category expert, show all settings, including the weird ones. And you should be on here. Automatically renew vehicles when it gets old. I've got that turned on, and I always have it on. And the auto renew is 0 months past maximum age. I just let them renew so that they don't just stay old and crash constantly. Now, looking at this, we've got a big fat line between Tedham and Fongfing Way, which at the moment is light green, which means it's not really that used. But Fongfing Way, I don't think there's a lot of demand for it. But going from Fongfing Way down to Tedham is rather unused, and that's because we don't have a lot of passengers going there yet. This is really speculation. We do have some that want to go from to Laddinghatton, and some that want to go to Fubourne as well. Now the problem with that is that there's no service going from Fongfing Way to Fubourne. They have to go all the way down to Tedham and then back again. It's ridiculous. So what we need to do is put a better... Oh no, they built houses in front of my station. Oh, we need to fix that. Go away. How dare you build in front of my station? do that to stop them. That should stop them. So what I was about to say before I realised that they're disrupting me so much is that I want to put a junction in to allow trains to come into Fooborn from both the north and the south, because at the moment we just got this very basic junction which is sending, it's getting trains from the south and bringing them out down to the south as well. What I'm thinking is that we split it off in a way which straddles this section here. So I think what we'll do is we'll do that next episode, and it's going to be a bit of a challenge with the amount of stuff we've got around here. We've got a big city in the way, we've got tunnels and a slope here and tunnels here as well, so it is going to be a pain in the backside to do. We've also got farms and coal mines in the way, but never mind. Let's just look at all the cargo distribution for... Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, the cargo distribution for stuff is now... something's overloaded. Looks like coal is showing up. Oh, coal is showing up as overloaded, is it? Coal is showing up as overloaded, I think. Well, it looks like we're alright here. These trains have managed to clear up. Possibly need another train over here at Fooborn Mines. Or is that... It's not coal though, is it? It's not coal, it's... There it is, it's engineering supplies. Engineering supplies we're having problems with. It's overload. Why is it? Oh my goodness, yes, we've got lots of engineering supplies. We're going to keep an eye on that at Demping Hill. We might need to expand our trains. I think they're a little bit shorter than the other ones. Yes, they are. We might need to make them longer. We'll see about that. We've got a dark green one here for engineering supplies coming all the way from the machine shop. That's fine. And also a brilliant note here. It's something that I've known for a while, but I don't think I actually ever mentioned it. These lines here, the cargo flow legends, actually represent the way the game calculates your money. So maybe we should have a look at that for those of you who don't know. It's probably a good thing for us to do. Let's come out down here to Tedham and have a look at this. So, for example, if I had a train going from Tedham West to Tedham North, and well, it's a tram, isn't it? If I had a tram, let's just make all the buildings transparent so we can see. There we go. You can see that the trams from Tedham West go along this road, come zigzag down here, they zigzag up there, and then to Tedham North. It's not a straight route that the trams take. However, when it's looking at the cargo payment rate, and this is the rate here, it doesn't do that calculation along the route that your vehicle takes. It does the calculation from a straight point, from the station to the station. And this cargo flow legend actually demonstrates that straight point very nicely. So if you, for example, go miles off in one direction and then come back again, it's not going to calculate that in terms of the distance travelled, and you get paid based on how far you've got to go and how quick you did it. This is the graph for the payment for delivering 10 units of cargo over a distance of 20 squares. Okay, so the further you go, the more money you get, but the longer it takes you to do those units, the longer it takes you to transit them, the less money you get. And this is one of the reasons why people don't use trucks and ships very much. It's because the trucks and ships are just simply slower than trains. You can move more quicker with trains. That's another reason why I'm hesitant to put a boat service across the Tedham Lake. Boats are slow. The slower you go, the less money you're going to get. Right, so I'm over here at I'm looking at Demping Hill now while I explain that, and I can see that we've got over 1,000 crates of supplies there now. I think it's something that we need. Oh, I went too far. Back a bit. Here we go. I think it's something that we need to address. I think we will address it by adding extra carriages to the existing trains which are doing the work. So, what's that one? That is one that's delivering. So we've got Stuart, Bob, and Kevin, all of which are old. Apparently, they need to get sorted out. Are they doing a profit? Sometimes. Okay, so this is actually going to help their profit margins. So let's send Stuart, Bob. Oh no, wait, Bob, stop, stop. You're already in a depot, and Kevin to the depot. Now, from what I can tell, there is only the 3 of them doing that job of going backwards and forwards. Now, either we clone Stuart, Bob, and Kevin, or we make them longer. And to be honest, I think making them longer is the way to go at the minute. If we look here, that's gung ho. This mine, coal mine here, that's gung ho. I think Kevin and Bob and Stuart are getting back and forward in time enough to keep gung ho production. No, that's no, that one there, Kedtown coal mine, is normal production. So I'm actually starting to think maybe we shouldn't do that. I'm starting to think maybe we should double up on the triplets. Okay, you carry on, you get going again. And we're going to go, let's just bring this down. We're going to go over here. And we're going to clone each of them now. So we're going to clone, can't build railway vehicle not available. Ah, what? Oh, the train isn't available. That might be why they're really old and horrible. Let's bring up the train list. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Oh, for crying out loud, never mind. Okay, so let's go to our replace vehicles list. We're in electric rail vehicles, but if we go back to rail vehicles, we can see we've got these 3 diesels. Stop replacing. Which we probably need to replace. Their reliability is terrible. Okay, we're not too worried about speed on this one, so I'm thinking this one's probably a good one. It's going to cost, actually, it's going to cost a lot more to run. We don't want something that costly to run. Okay, let's do running cost. We want something that's cheap, but with good reliability and good speed. So that's bad speed, their passengers. That speed's okay. Reliability isn't great. Speed not good, reliability really good. Still quite expensive on the running cost side of things. If we go to this next one here, it costs 10,000 more a year, and the train goes a lot quicker. And if we go another 10,000, it goes even quicker. But the reliability, that one's terrible. Getting really expensive now. I think this Type 4 is the one we're going to go for. So we're going to start replacing those vehicles. They're all going to get replaced. Brilliant. Right, how we're looking... Oh, look, the coal trains are all backing up. And I think they're backing up because these trains keep breaking down. Yeah, look at that, 38% reliable. I mean, it's 99% reliable now because it just got turned into the new train. Yay! That should actually help with the... that should help with the flow round here, actually. We might not need to replace and bring in new trains. These coal trains, though, are struggling to get round in time. I'm thinking maybe we need to double up this track, allow for a slip lane here. And if we put one signal on the end, that allows for an extra train to just slide past. Slip lane not really being used that much. That's okay. The entranceway in here seems to be something that's used quite a lot. But this train just broke down. There's nothing I can really do about that. It looks okay to me. Looks okay. We've still got thousands and thousands of crates of supplies, so we are going to clone those trains. So let's get the trains up. There's Stuart, Bob, and there's Kevin. We're going to clone that one. We're going to... No, we've got Stuart and Stuart 2. We've got Bob and Bob 2. And where's Kevin? Kevin and Kevin too. Brilliant. Let's get them on their way. Jobs are good. And so there we go. Checking the cargo flow to allow us to work out where we need more trains. It also allows us to work out how the game calculates the direct routes. And the closer you follow that direct route, the more efficient your train line's going to be. So this main line between Tedham and Fubourne and stuff is actually quite efficient, whereas other lines around here really aren't at all. For example, the Laddinghatton to Cartbourne is terrible. Cartbourne goes all the way down here, then all the way up there, and then around here. So yeah, it goes in a pretty crazy way. So hopefully these crates of supplies should start shifting now. You can see that these lines are turning from red, dark red to lighter reds, and even yellow as we start shifting more and more of these engineering supplies with the extra trains. The only thing I'm worried about now is that the extra trains on this coal line is just going to be far too much for this little section to cope with. We do have a grand total of 21 trains on this very short section of track. Okay, well, there we go. A bit of organisation, a bit of improving, a bit of checking. Next time we're going to get this Fubourne connected to this main line properly so that we can go direct to Fubourne with our Fongfingway trains. I'll see you then. Take care. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.